Alright guys, I've got a little tips and tricks video for keeping some of the rodents out of your cars. Lately it seems like every winter these rodents, whether it's a mouse, a rat, squirrel, they're all looking for a warmer place to stay. One of those places is your car. So let's get into why they like your car and a couple ways you can try and keep them out of your car. Make your car not such a pleasant place for them to be. So working on cars all my life, I've seen lots of rats, mice, squirrels, chipmunks, all kinds of rodents get in cars and do a lot of damage. There's two access paths into the passenger compartment of your car. One is what they call a pressure release vent, which is underneath your rear bumper if you have a car, or it's in the back of your cab if you have a truck. It's pretty easy for a mouse to get in these. Some of them on cars are big enough for rats to climb right in too. The best thing you can do to keep rodents from entering into your car through those pressure release vents is keep the inside of your car clean. Keep the food out of it, all the junk picked up. Don't give them a reason to go in there. You can't close these pressure release vents. If you close them off, when you shut your door with all the windows up, your cab pressurizes. When you're inside your car when you do this, it makes your ears kind of plug up. When you're outside and you shut your door and those vents are stuck closed, sometimes your door won't shut all the way, or it'll be harder to shut all the way. So you want to leave those pressure release vents clear and open. The other access hole into the inside of your car is through your heater and AC unit. It has a fresh air and a recirculate air. Your fresh air has an intake underneath your windshield wiper cowl. So if you leave your fresh air duct open, a rat, mouse, squirrel, chipmunk, whatever, climbs right through there and jumps right into your air box and has the potential of coming right through a vent and coming into your car. You can prevent this before you shut your car off. Hit the recirculate button on your heater and AC unit. That will shut that little flap and close it off. Now if a mouse or a rat wants in there bad enough, they're going to chew around it. It's not going to take them too long, a couple hours. They're going to chew a little hole and they're going to get in. But it's a slight deterrent. So if you keep your car clean inside so they don't smell anything in there, they might not take the time to chew through the hole. So if you eliminate those two access holes in your cab by keeping your car clean so they don't chew through it and they don't just jump through the pressure release vent. The other place I've found a lot of damage done by rodents is on top of the motor. The reason for this is that it's off the ground. If they can get up inside something, they're going to stay warmer. Even if your car is parked somewhere for a long time, it's still going to be warmer on top of your motor than it is on the ground. So they climb up there and they build a little nest and they have their tree nuts and leaves and everything else so they can have their babies and start their little family right on top of your motor. But then they chew on your wiring harness. Why they chew on your wiring harness? There's a couple reasons that they chew on some particular harnesses, and I don't know which companies do this, but some wires are made, or when they're made I should say, they're extruded from this machine to put the plastic coating on the wire, and they use peanut oil or a vegetable oil to lubricate the machine. So some of that stays on that wire. And then they make a wiring harness for your car out of that wire. Peanut oil, vegetable oil, it's going to smell kind of good, it's going to taste kind of good, so they're going to chew on those wires. Another thing I've heard is that the stripes on the wires will be put on with a food coloring. So there again, you get some food coloring on there and it's meant to be edible. They're going to smell it, they're going to chew on some wires, they're going to do a lot of damage. You can't prevent this. This is the way the wires are. You can't take your wiring harness apart and clean it. It'll never be the same if you do that. Don't try and clean your wiring harness. And don't put rat bait in places in your car, because rat bait attracts rats and mice to eat it. You don't want it inside your car. So don't put rat bait inside your car. Don't put rat traps with peanut butter on top of your motor. That just attracts them up there. Put those somewhere else. Even if you park your car in a garage, rodents will find their way up on top of your motor, especially if you drive it and it's warm. What you can do to deter them from wanting to get up there: when you get home, you park your car in the garage, pop the hood and open it up all the way. Just let it stay there open. It'll do a couple things. Number one, it exposes the top of the motor so they can't hide. And number two, it cools off your motor so it doesn't stay warm overnight. If they can't hide under there, they're not going to want to stay there. And if it's not warm, they're not going to want to stay there. Now if you park your car outside, or you have a car outside for a while, say it's a spare car you're not going to drive, take and pop the hood and put a block of wood underneath on top of your hood latch to keep your hood from shutting all the way. You don't want to open it up all the way, because then debris, tree leaves, everything's going to fall in your engine compartment and could cause a fire hazard. But if you prop it open a little bit, it exposes it to the outside so they can't hide. It also lets the wind go up underneath there so they can't stay warm underneath your hood on top of your motor. You do a couple things like this, chances are you won't have a rat's nest in your car engine bay. Keep the inside of your car clean, chances are you won't have a rat's nest inside your car. About the last thing you want a rat to do is make a home inside your car. It's bad enough in your engine compartment. Inside your car, you never get the smell out. Really, really difficult. Very costly. I've replaced entire dashes with heater boxes and everything because mice get in there and make a little family and they go through the whole dash. And there's feces everywhere and they chew on everything and they chew the wiring harnesses. It's not pretty. Save yourself some money, save yourself some headache, clean out your car, prop your hoods open. If you're in a garage, all the way is fine. Probably better off if it's all the way open, so that when you go to get in your car the next day, you look and see it. If it's just popped open a little bit, you may not notice. Drive off down the road and your hood's flapping in the wind, you don't notice. It's not good. So if you're in the garage, just prop it open all the way. Open the thing up. Go out in the morning to take your car to work, shut your hood, be on your merry way. A spare car out underneath a tree somewhere, probably best off not under a tree in the first place. But prop it open with a block. So when you walk up to the car, you notice that the hood's open. Take the block out, shut the hood, be on your way. Another thing you could probably do to save yourself a little bit of heartache, not to do with rodents and rats, but if you've got a spare car that you don't drive more than once or twice a month, get a battery disconnect or simply disconnect the battery when you're not driving it. Believe it or not, a battery will go dead just sitting somewhere. I hope this is somewhat informative, give you a couple little tips and tricks if you live in an area that has a lot of rodents in it. Might save yourself a lot of money. Do a couple little things to keep your car safe. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell so you get the notifications when new videos come out. And hit that like button. Have fun, guys. Be safe and go make something.